how to steal people's energy in order to use their luck, or how other people steal your energy in order for them to steal your luck, right? I don't practice witchcraft. I've never practiced witchcraft in my life. However, I have studied a lot about, manipulating energies and things of that context. And I thought, like, there's so many things that we as people overlook and we look down on and we don't really take into account. And those things are the things that people on the other side, the dark side, the evil side, take and use to manipulate us and to still kill and destroy. And the first thing they do, obviously, they start by infiltrating our mind. But I'll get to that later. Let me just start on this particular topic right now, because this is type A occultic knowledge. It's very like generic occultic knowledge. It's like form A. There's so much other knowledge that I don't know, like a lot, like up to like Z. But this is just like generic, like very soft occultic knowledge. But it is things that I have used and things that I've realized really they really do work. I haven't used it to steal anybody's luck or anything, but I have seen with people every single day they do this and they don't even know. So there's a video by Ukredo Muta where he spoke about the Shita Uri people, which is basically the lizard people. That, and biblically speaking, I guess the Bible talks about us not fighting against flesh and blood, but fighting against the evil forces that dwell in the heavenly places of the earth. And Credo Mutua talks about the Shituari people being very, very powerful people, another species of human, a reptilian species of human who basically own all the organizations in the world, all the powerful organizations. Basically, when it comes to the daily runnings of the world, they are at the top of the food chain, right? And those people feed on the energy of other people. They feed on the negative energy of other people. So for a species, a literal species, to feed off of energy, that should tell you that energy is real. That should tell you that energy is real. When you're texting someone and you're not seeing them, or when you're chilling with someone, you can just pick up their energy. Like if they genuinely want to be around you, you can pick up, and if they don't, you can pick up. You can pick up when a person likes you and doesn't like you. They show it, the energy they emit. They show it, and they can't even control the energy because it resides in the subconscious part of the brain. It just exudes out of their bodies, and you can tell how a person feels about you just based on the energy they have towards you, right?
These creatures are not aliens, Mr. Ike. These creatures are sexually compatible with our women. And what does that tell you? It tells you that they came from here. They are part of us. African tradition says that the Chitauri fatten on the energy that we human beings give them. They make us to fight each other. And when the whole land is drowning in death and fear and terror, when hundreds and hundreds of people are angry and afraid, the Chitauri get fed because they eat that what we call the dark power, which is brought about when human beings destroy the planet on which they live.
So, due to that, we can conclude that negative and positive energy is real because there's an actual species of humans that feed off of energy, right? They feed off of human energy. And so, what does that say? What does that say? That says to me that as human beings, we have a powerful current within us that we are not even aware of, and that current is energy. As people, we are energetic fields, right? We are spirits in bodies. We are not bodies in spirits. We are spirits in bodies, right? This body is just a cover up of what's going on internally, and what's happening internally is literally vibrations that are sent from the mind to the inside of your body, and then it just kind of it gets catapulted out of your body on an energetic vibration, right? So that means if you're feeling good about yourself and you're confident and you're in a good space, you are more likely to attract good things because that's the type of frame of mind you're on. For example, let's say you're a person that's always thinking about a particular car, like a really nice car, like a really red convertible car. Because you're thinking about it, just by virtue of the fact that you're thinking about it, you're attracted to you, in the sense that you start seeing it everywhere, right? Equivalent to when you fall in love with someone. When you fall in love with someone, you start seeing them everywhere, right? You start bumping into them, or you see someone that looks like them, because you are thinking about them so much. So that's why the brain is incredibly powerful. Like, once your brain dead, you're dead, because ultimately your brain controls every other part of your body, and it also controls the spiritual realm, right? It also controls the spiritual, because you can't see thoughts. You can't see thoughts. But how you can't see thoughts, but in as much as you can't see thoughts, there is a way in which your brain makes things happen for you, like, because your brain, it's so connected to the intergalactic things that are happening around us, to the frequencies, to the waves, to the unseen, that we are literally, the vibration, it basically, the vibrations that our brains kind of basically send out to us, that we send to the world, are kind of like really, really spiritual. So I say that to say that a lot of people that know how to manipulate energy in the occultic space, because that's what you learn about in the Freemasonry world when you read books, all of those things. When the first thing they learn how to do is, the first thing they know how to do is manipulate energy. Basically take out your energy to benefit them. As an individual, there are people that are better than other people. There are people that are just not, right? When we get born into the world, we are all born with different luck, different blessings. Like, what we have to contribute, or different purposes, what we have to contribute in the world is different. So it is very, very important to note that some people have different energetic frequencies. Some people are just really good manifestors. Some people come here and they have really high spiritual awarenesses, or they can catch things into their intuitives. They have really, really powerful spiritual abilities, and those are the things that these people look for, like these occultists look for. They need spiritual power, because remember, with occultists and all of those people, they can't leave earth. They're stuck here. God banished them on earth. They're stuck here. So us that are getting born into the world, we come from another spiritual plane. We come literally from God Himself. So the innocence, the spirit that has been breathed, English, but the spirit that we have comes from another world, another spiritual plane. So when we come to the earth, we come with different gifts, with different purposes, and we come with energy, like energy. That's why it's incredibly important to protect your energy, because we come here literally and we become living versions of God, because God Himself breathed it in us. Because if you think about it, guys, who puts a child in a person's stomach? Where's the child coming from? The air that they breathe, where does it come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, where does it come from? The spirit in that child, where does it come from? We come from another spiritual plane. And when we come here, and then when we leave food, we go to another spiritual plane. So one of they're stuck here, like demons are stuck here. They're stuck. They can't leave. They can't come back. They have no other place to go. They're bound here. So their powers are very limited. So in order for them to basically be able to live and to be able to survive and be functioning members of society, they need to steal our energy. That's how they survive, right? So if you come here and they feed off of negative energy, it is incredibly important to consistently try to be positive, right? So that they can't, so that mali malabon. Because the reason why bad things happen in this earth, you ask yourself, why do bad things always happen in this earth? Where is God? Where is God? We are constantly fighting a spiritual battle. It's a constant spiritual battle between good and evil. Evil people, the evil side is always fighting, because they need your energy to exist. So they are always fighting you. That's why no matter that's why, if you're a good person, if you're a really good person, your things take time. They take time, because there is someone literally fighting you. There's someone fighting you. On the other side, they are fighting you, and they know that if they bring you down, they get advanced energetically speaking. So if you have good energy, high levels of good energy, the evil ones, they know with the negative energy that you exude will empower them so much, bazokhokhomal, and then it will make their life on earth. They feed off of that. It will make their life on earth easier. Ask yourself why narcissists need to break you. Narcissists need to break you because they have a low self-worth. They have a low sense of self. They have very low self-esteem. So if they can break you, who's powerful, who's kind, who's good, irrespective of what the world throws at you, they feel more powerful. They feel like, oh, I broke that person, that I must be powerful. And that energy, they feed off of that energy to better themselves. So they have a better level of self-worth, and they have a better time on earth, because like evil feeds off of good, like it feeds off of negative energy, and the highest level of negative energy is the energy that you literally steal from good people. That's how people steal your luck. For example, let's say you get into a situation with like a relationship, right? And when going into that relationship, you're happy, you're beautiful, you're glowing, right? And this guy was attracted, or this particular other was attracted to you because you had a bubbly personality, you had a kind heart, you were giving, you had all of these positive attributes. And then they start chipping at your self-esteem, they are stealing your light, because the more they steal your light and they chip you down, that energy, that the negative energy, that energy that comes out of you when you are depleted, it advances them. They think, oh, I must be really powerful if I broke her, or if I broke him. And they become really, really powerful. And that's why they even say, like, when a guy sleeps with a lot of women, he becomes seen as the ultimate man. That's because his worth is tied to the amount of people that he actually breaks. He knows he has absolutely no intention of caring about them or anything. He has no intention, but it boosts his ego to know that he got that girl or got that girl. He doesn't know what's happening on a conscious level. He just thinks I'm the man, but on a subconscious level, him breaking her is giving him more energy. Now he knows he can do that. He can break people. So if he can do something so big, like break someone that powerful, that means that he can get his dream job, that means that he can get his dream car, that means he can get his dream house. He can do anything. And because he has that thought process, the universe takes those vibrations from those energetic vibrations of like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, and the universe gives it to him. Do you understand? So that's how people steal your energy. When people take from you, they take your energy, and because they've broken you down and they so they're better than you, it boosts their ego and they start manifesting on a higher level. Right? It's all about manifestation at the end of the day. What you think of yourself is what basically happens. If you have good and positive thoughts for yourself, when you start thinking it and believing it, you send waves, like vibrations, to the universe, and the universe gives it back to you, because the universe is like that. The universe gives back what it's given, because the universe listens to you, because you are God the source. God breathed it into you before you came to this world, and God is a creator. So because the universe belongs to God, and you are ultimately a God, a demigod, a small God, sorry, you are God basically in the human flesh. You have that breath. So because you're radiating those frequencies from your godly body, from your godly spirit, the universe gives it to you, because the universe listens to God. The universe, remember when God said, let there be light, and immediately there was light. No question, nothing, because the universe responds to God. The universe responds to energy. God, the source, is energy. You are energy. So people steal your luck like that. If like that's how people steal your luck. If you don't know your power, people steal your luck. So how do you prevent people from stealing your luck? So how you prevent people from stealing your luck is this: you stop allowing negative people around your circle. You stop allowing people that want to take from you. Look, sorry about that. People that want to take from you in your circle. It's very important. Like, the environment you're in contributes so much to who you become. That's why a person's background, like where they come out of, if you look at where they come out of and you look at the circumstances going on in their life, you will literally start seeing traces of who they are now in that background, because your environment basically determines who you are. So that's why people that come from rich families, no matter how stupid they are, they end up rich even in future, because of those subtle things, those subtle cues. The environment they grew up under on a subconscious level was embedded in them, and they became whatever it was that environment was inspiring at that time. So if you're in an environment with like really negative people, it is in your best interest to go to and surround yourself with things that are positive, and positive thoughts and positive things. That is very important. Surround yourself. For example, let's say you want to be a millionaire. try to surround yourself with people that are already millionaires, even if you don't have anything. I know it's hard, like where you're gonna find millionaires at, like, but try to go to places where there's golf, like how millionaires like playing golf, like, because that's, they have time on their hands, that's their sport of leisure. Go to be around people that play golf. You go to business meetings. You hang around with people that are doing very well financially, if you want to do very well financially too. And just by the fact that you are around them and you're soaking in their knowledge, just soaking in the air, how they speak, how they breathe, how they do things. On a subconscious level, your brain is imprinting on them. Imprinting means it's basically merging with them, merging with their behaviors. So as it imprints and merges with their behavior, you slowly start becoming like them. You slowly start doing things like them. You slowly start like, how they say, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. The people that you're around the most, they start imprinting in your mind. You slowly become merging and becoming one. You start doing things the way that they do things, and you start becoming ultimately how they are. Which is why it's very important for you to marry a person that has characteristics of what you want in future for yourself, because one way or the other you will become your partner. Do you understand? So it's very important to have also positive thoughts, right? But I feel like positive thoughts are a byproduct of the people you're around. If you're around positive people, you will have positive thoughts. If you're around positive leaders, and also have mentors, if you're around positive people, positive mentors, you will have positive thoughts. If you're around people that are negative, you have negative thoughts. So it's very important to surround yourself with people that always look at the bright side, and also yourself always look at the bright side. Instead of focusing on what's bad, focus on what's good, and I promise good things will happen to you. Once you start telling yourself that you can do something, you will be able to do something, because your brain literally is like, you are created to create. You have the spirit of God in you, and God is a creator, and the vibrations you send out to the universe through the spirit of God in you, those are the vibrations that are going to come back, because God is a creator and God is in you. So it is so important. Don't let, people that are negative, they literally steal your energy. They feed, how they say, misery loves company. They feed off of your energy. They feed off of it, because they need to sit down and just be negative, and like, in them being negative, um like, when you guys are talking, when they say bad things, you start thinking to yourself, oh my god, life probably really is that bad. And you start seeing things from their viewpoint, and little by little you start recognizing only the bad patterns. And the more you recognize bad patterns, only bad patterns as a wand, so, and they're gonna get happier, because now they're feeding you, like, they're breaking you down and making you believe into this construct towards everything is just terrible. And then they feed off of that, and then they get reinstated. They get their thoughts reinstated in their mind, which life is terrible, and then it just becomes a ripple effect. It's similar to like narcissistic people. Narcissistic people need to bring you down in order for them to feel strong, or they feel like nothing, and it reinforces the thought that they're worthless if you don't give them a time of day. So ignore narcissists, ignore people that, like, if in the first sign of a person speaking down to you, cut that particular person off, because if they can't be saved, because there are people that can be saved, if you just speak to them. There are people that have good hearts and they are good, but it's just circumstances drive them to be negative. So those people, they just need counseling, they just need prayer, they just need you to kind of, for your energy to be bigger than theirs, in order for you to pull them out of a dark spot, right? However, there are people that are just bad people, that are just naturally bad people, and those people, you can't help them. You just need to detach from them and work on yourself, or they will bring you down with them, right? So I hope this helped. Please do tell me what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching till this far. This was dang long, but either way, I enjoyed it. So bye guys, and I hope that you will remember, you are God in the flesh. You are a creator. Everything you want is attainable. You just need to believe and surround yourself with people that already have that thing. If you surround yourself with people that already have that thing, it's only a matter of time before you get it too.